Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. I hope you all had a happy holidays. I don't know if this is going to be the first video I post in December. I know that I am uploading this week Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, so I don't know which video is going to come first, if this is the Monday, Wednesday, or Friday video, but whatever it is, I hope you all had happy holidays with your family. If you didn't or don't celebrate, I hope you just had a great day as always. And today it's going to be a bookish haul. Now, some of this did take place on Black Friday, but I didn't really want to title it Bookish Black Friday haul. I don't know, I might still decide something different. But as of this moment, it's just a bookish haul that some of it was gotten on Black Friday. I'd say like 25% I got on, well, Cyber Monday. And then the other 75% is just books I've been collecting over the past 2.5 months, I'd say. So this is everything I have. I've got books, journals, markers, and some candles because I felt like those are pretty bookish too. And I wanted to show those first to get them out of the way because I think there's still a deal going on when I'm filming this video. So if it is, it's a great deal, and it's also a really great deal for Christmas gifts if you can get your hands on them. But Bath & Body Works was having like $9 candles for like 5 days. I don't know, it was a really long sale going on. And I swung by and picked up a few candles. Some I already gave as gifts to family that I'm not going to see again for the holidays. And some I plan on giving and I'm saving, so they're not going to be shown. But these are the ones that will be supplemented for my household, like my family and everything, and they know what I bought. So I think the big ones were the best deal, but they didn't have that many. So I got the mahogany teakwood one, a peach Bellini. I got a stress relief candle because I feel like everybody could use some stress relief right now. And I have the matching lotion to this, I'm pretty sure, or a similar one. But this is eucalyptus and sweet tea. This smells so good. I don't like sweet tea, but this smells really, really good. And then I also got the mini candles because they had these ones in a ton more scents. And I feel like these make for really good gift baskets, which I think I might have mentioned this in a previous video, but giving gift baskets are one of my favorite things to give because they're really easy. I also suck at giving gifts, and that's something that can, I think, make the holidays hard for a lot of people because there's a lot of pressure on holidays and the season of giving. But if you're struggling with gift ideas, I definitely recommend a little basket to give to somebody, and you can switch it out for like whatever. So if they like makeup, you can put makeup in it. If they like books, a book and a candle is a great little basket gift to give. But that's just me thinking. Oh, so I got 4 of these. I have 3 right now. The other one is burning because it was my dad's. I got him the snickerdoodle pancake candle. I don't know exactly the name, but it smells really, really sweet. And then I got the sweater weather. I got mahogany balsam. This one is really good if you can't get a real tree. This one smells like fir balsam. And then the final one, I got like 4 of these and gave them all out to friends and family. It's the Let It Glow candle. This one smells like Christmas dinner, and I really, really like it. So those were the candles I got. And again, if that sale is still going on, take advantage of it. We'll start off with the journaling stuff. So for the year of 2020, like mid 2020 and on, I used this bullet journal. I feel like a lot of people on BookTube have this specific bullet journal. It's from the brand Compoko. It's nice. The pages are a little bit more yellow than a true white. And this also takes a really, really long time to ship. I can't remember if it's from Israel or Jerusalem or somewhere, but I don't know. It took like 4.5 weeks to get to me, so it took a very long time to ship. It's a really cute journal though if you are like starting off. It's a little bit it's not as expensive as the ones I'm gonna show, but I really, really liked having this bullet journal. The only thing that I decided I wanted different was, first, I wanted to have more supplies for my 2021 bullet journal game, and I also wanted to have 2 separate bullet journals. I see that a lot of people do like a life journal and then a reading journal, and I just was like, oh, I could just put it all in one bullet journal, and that got really confusing, especially for my day-to-day life, and I found myself not wanting to use this as much, just making like calendar notes in my phone. So with that being said, for 2021, I went ahead and picked the Archer and Olive bullet journals. Now, at the beginning of the year, I was debating about getting this bullet journal brand. The only thing is they're really pricey, at least in my mind, for a bullet journal. And by pricey, I mean like they're about, I think they range from $30 to like $38 for their bullet journals. But I waited until Black Friday, which their sale is not going on any longer. I apologize for, but if you have one of those couponing apps, they always have coupons for Archer and Olive, and I highly recommend using them. First of all, their packaging was so cute. Like the way it was presented was really, really nice. And I got 3 journal notebooks kind of from them. I'll explain in a second. But I wanted to pick up a reading bullet journal, a life bullet journal, and then also some black bullet journal paper, like the actual paper instead of using construction paper, because that has way too many like fibers in it. I don't know. I was just the way my thought process went. So I got 2 of just their standard A5 bullet journals, the dot grid ones. I got this green one because green is my favorite color. I haven't opened them properly yet, but I've heard great things. And this one's more of a fabric-y material, and the pages are super white. So that's, oh wow, I didn't even realize that. So it comes with double ribbons, and the little dots are green too. That's really cool. I think they're green, I can't tell. And it has a little like tassel. That's really cute. So this is going to be my life bullet journal, and then I picked this little cat and moon one, so it kind of is like reminiscent of this journal because I really liked the beginning, the like front cover of it. This one is a leather, like a pleather material, because I think the company's vegan. Oh my gosh, this one has it too. So this is like a more like I don't know how to explain it, like pleather bullet journal, and it has gilded edges and the same little ribbon. So this will be my reading bullet journal for 2021, and this will be my life bullet journal for 2021, which I'm so excited. And they look great together. And then I also went ahead and got the, okay, and so the final thing I decided to get from Archer and Olive was, like I said, I didn't want to use construction paper again for next year, so I actually got their blackout bullet journal notepad, because I didn't want to get an actual bullet journal because I knew I wouldn't use it like I would this. So this, I believe, is the A5 notepad that I got as well. So then if I'm doing a bullet journal spread, I can literally just stick the page, like if I want to black out a page, I can stick this in. Yeah, so I can like line it up like that. There we go. So there we go. So that is my plan for bullet journaling for 2021. I'm also going to try and be more on top of me actually posting bullet journal videos, because I really enjoyed bullet journaling this past year and staying more on top of it. So those were the bullet journals I picked out. And then I figured I would also show you guys the markers that I got, because these markers are the Tombow pens. These are extremely expensive, and they're usually, I think, like $26 or $27 for a pack of these, and the cost of one individual Tombow is $3.50. So we did the math, and I got 40 markers, so that would have been, so the cost of one pack is about $34, and then they're actually priced at $27, and then I got them for $12 on Cyber Monday. So these just got here. I got the primary palette, which is just like basic colors. I got the landscape palette, which is like more blues and greens. I got the cottage pack, which is like more lighter colors, and then I got the lettering favorites, which is more brights. So I'm pretty set. And then there were, I think, 3 or 4 pens that ended up getting duplicated that I had already owned. So the duplicates I have in here are going to my friend in one of those baskets. I asked if she would want them for the holidays, and she said yes. So that's what I meant by like a bundle of 5 of these pens plus like a candle and then maybe a little notebook and a book. It's like under 20 bucks. Great stuff. All right, now that I've been talking for way too long about other bookish stuff. The rest of this haul is going to be all the books that I have gotten over the past like 2.5 to 3 months. Some of these are Fairy Loot and Owl crates. Some of them are just ones that I've bought by myself on my own. And I think that is really it. Also, some of them I've read, some of them I haven't. So if I have, I'll try and give you a description. If I haven't, I'll have them linked down below, or I'll try and read a brief synopsis. So without further ado, there are a ton of books. Let's get started. All right, so the first book I picked up was The Beautiful by Renee Audier. This is a very controversial book for some reason, which the more controversial, give it to me. We are in 1872 New Orleans, and this, I've heard some people say, is like a very like vampiric vampire story, and I've heard other people say there are no vampires whatsoever. So we'll see when I read it if it has vampires in it or not. But I've heard a lot of great things about Renee Audier's writing, so I am excited about that. The next book is Percy Jackson and the Olympians by Rick Riordan. This is the first book in the this is the first book in the Percy Jackson and the Olympians series called The Lightning Thief. So I just Googled what's the best order to read Rick Riordan books in, and it said to start off with this book. I wanted to start reading Rick Riordan, so I picked up this book. But we are following Percy Jackson, who is a demigod and I believe is the son of Poseidon. Don't know anything else really. I've never read a Rick Riordan book. I have seen the Disney animation or remake of Percy Jackson, but I haven't actually read the books. So I wanted to get into more like Greek mythology. I don't really think this would be like, I think this is much more like mainstreamed, but I'm excited to read it. I think it'll be a lot of fun. The next two books I will probably have a video dedicated to this week, but they were the November books for Owl Crate and Fairy Loot. We have These Violent Lights by Chloe Gong, and this is the Fairy Loot edition of it with pink sprayed edges, and this is a 20th century retelling of Romeo and Juliet, and it takes place in Shanghai. But this is like, I think it's already on the New York Times bestselling list. Everybody's been talking about it. It's in the Barnes & Noble bestselling list. Like, it has been so hyped up recently, and hopefully I will get to it soon. But it just sounds really good too. And I believe I don't think it is like the Montagues. I don't know what they've changed to make it different, but I'm assuming it would still be the same names. I'm not sure, but I'm very excited to get to These Violent Delights. And then of course I have Among the Beasts and Briars by Ashley Poston. I didn't actually give a synopsis of this in the Owl Crate unboxing, but it says, Ceres is safe in the kingdom of Illuria. Here there are no droughts, disease, or famine, and peace is everlasting. It has been this way for hundreds of years, since the first king made a bargain with the lady who ruled the forest that borders the kingdom. But as Illuria prospered, the woods grew dark, cursed, and forbidden. Ceres knows this all too well. When she was young, she barely escaped as the woods killed her friends and her mother. Now Ceres carries a small bit of the curse, the magic, in her blood as a reminder of the day she lost everything. So that's just a little bit about Among the Beasts and Briars, and it sounds really good. It kind of reminds me of that very like heavy trope of like the witch in the woods. It's in a couple other books that I got in this haul. I can't think of them, but I'll say it as I mention books. The next book is one that I read the minute I got, and that is How the King of Elfham Learned to Hate Stories by Holly Black. If you guys have been watching and keeping up with my videos, I've been talking about this for literally the entire month of October and November. I just kept talking about it. This is the Barnes & Noble exclusive edition, so it did have the deleted chapter or like extra bonus content, I think, of Holly Black's like art samples, deleted scenes, things that she omitted. Since this is one of the only books in this haul that I have read, I'll speak on it really quickly. I liked it. This is going to be in a wrap-up, so I won't talk too much. It definitely wasn't what I was expecting. I should have probably rated it less because of that, but I still gave it a really high rating because it's the Folk of the Air trilogy. It's what got me into reading and wanting to start a channel in the first place, so it'll always hold a soft spot in my heart. But this is just beautiful. The artwork is stunning. It was done by Ravina Kai, and I love it. I also have another edition coming in the mail, but we're not going to talk about that because because I shouldn't have, but I did because it was beautiful and I couldn't help myself. The next book I have is This Time Next Year by Sophie Cousins, and this was a book of the month pick for November, and this is like a enemies to lovers but contemporary romance, like a hate to love romance. And it sounded so good. Essentially, we are following two people who were born on the same day in the same hospital, I believe. And they were born, the boy in the book, I believe, was born first on the first day of the year, so January 1st. So he was given a cash prize by the hospital, and he beat out the main girl by like 30 seconds or something. I don't know, but she's mad about it like her whole life. But I just thought that was funny, and it's a really cute romance, so I think that's gonna be super exciting, and I can't wait to read This Time Next Year by Sophie Cousins. I'm hoping to get to it before the end of the year because I think that'd be a really good like New Year's book. But all right, so the next book is The Girl Who Drank the Moan by Kelly Barnhill, and this is, I believe, one of those other like There's a Witch in the Woods stories. So essentially we are following Zan, and she was raised by a witch in the woods, so there's that. I don't know much else about it. I do believe that this is a children's or middle grade book. I'm not too sure, but I've heard a lot of great things about it, and it was on my Halloween TBR, and I never ended up getting to it. I don't even think it came in the mail in time for my October TBR, but I'm showing it now, and eventually hopefully I'll get to it. And I wanted to read more middle grade this year, but I really didn't. The next book I picked up was A Chain of Gold by Cassandra Clare, and this is the first book in the Last Hours series, which is following the children of the Infernal Devices. Yes, so I am on the last book of the Infernal Devices series. I'm loving it so far, much more than the Shadowhunter series, which I still can't get over the hype of that book. I've talked to a couple people in the comments though, and I have decided I should continue on because it gets better. But I mean, the ending of the first book just threw me for such a loop. I didn't know what to say. But with that being said, I did pre-order the exclusive edition of Chain of Iron, so I wanted to read Chain of Gold, but I am very excited, and I think this book speaks for itself. The next book is The Hazelwood by Melissa Albert. This is another one of those Witch in the Wood stories, and Tales of the Hinterland are coming out next year, and that is something that I've heard so hyped up, and I've been wanting to read The Hazelwood for so long, so I'm glad I finally got my hands on it. But essentially we are following a girl named Alice, and her mother has talked about the Hazelwood for her whole life, and now after her mother's passing, I believe, oh no, the grandmother, after the grandmother's passing, Alice wants to learn more about the estate Hazelwood. The next book is going to be Strange Grace by Tessa Gratton. This I saw in a reading vlog from Brittany the Bibliophile like a long time ago, but I was rewatching her vlogs, and just the like little catchphrase, long ago a village made a bargain with the devil. To ensure their prosperity when the slaughter moon rises, the village must sacrifice a young man to the depths of the devil's forest. That sounds great. I have again heard really mixed reviews on this, so of course I heard the mixed reviews and then I was wanting to read it for myself. So Strange Grace by Tessa Gratton sounds definitely really good, and I'll hopefully get to it soon. The next book is going to be Aurora Rising by Amy Kaufman and Jay Kristoff. I wanted to get more into sci-fi, especially for the beginning of 2021, and I've heard a lot of great things about this. I've heard it gives off very much so Guardians of the Galaxy vibes, which I love. It says, meet the squad of your dreams. The alpha, the diplomat, the scientist, the gearhead, the warrior, the pilot, and the mystery girl. So I think this is another, like, we have a gang of misfits, but instead of like more Crooked Kingdom or like Gilded Wolves gang of misfits, we're set in the future. So the year is 2380, and it is the graduating cadets of the Aurora Academy. So it's like more like high school gang of misfits type of deal. I don't know, it sounds really interesting, and I'm really looking forward to it. And this is the first book in the Aurora cycle by Jay Kristoff and Amy Kaufman. The next book is by Laini Taylor, and this is Night of Cake and Puppets. This is the like short story collection that follows the Daughter of Smoke and Bone trilogy, and I really enjoyed Daughter of Smoke and Bone, the first book. I am going to continue on with the series, but I really wanted to pick this up because I heard Little Book Owl Kaz talking so highly about this book, so I'm pretty sure it was Little Book Owl. Or Emma Books. No, I think it was Little Book Owl. I think both of them talked about it, and that's why I'm getting confused, but I've heard great things. The next book is Starfish by Akemi Dawn Bowman. This has been on my radar and TBR since Books with Chloe did the picking a random book off my shelf to read, and ended up loving this book, Starfish. It brought her to tears. Like, she was so emotional about it. She was loving it. And it says, I draw a very small fish swimming in the ocean and realizing it's filled with planets and stars. So I've heard that this book is really emotional and heavy, but also very just fulfilling. There are some trigger warnings. I can't quite remember them off the top of my head, but there are trigger warnings, and I would suggest you look into them before picking up the book. I definitely think there's abuse, and I just know that for a fact, so I don't want to say something that I'm not positive of, but I know that there are trigger warnings for this book, so I wanted to throw that out there. All right, the next book was a comment recommendation, and that was Scythe by Neil Shusterman. I struggle so damn hard with people's names and pronunciating them, but Neil Shusterman. I don't know. Anyways, so the same author wrote the book series Unwind, which was so I remember we had a whole discussion about it, like my senior year in high school, about how it was like going rampant through my like school and like my graduating class, but when we were all in middle school. So I don't remember Unwind at all. I don't even know if it's still on my shelves, probably somewhere. Essentially, with Scythe, we are in a like future society where they've like cured all cause of death. So there's no like illness, there's no dying of old age, that type of deal. But in order to, I guess, control population, they had to like appoint these scythes, which once given reason or something, they like go and chop your head off. That's what I would think would happen, because it's a scythe, you know, like a giant reaper. I don't know. This reminded me of the one show from Cartoon Network. Me editing will put it in, but I don't know. That's what really reminded me of it when I looked more into it. But thank you if you were the one who told me about this book. I had not heard of it, but it's definitely gotten on my radar and I'm very excited. All right, then I did pick up some manga because I wanted to get more into it, and I picked up quite a few. I'm very excited. So the first is going to be Orange by Ichigo Takano, and this is another one that does have some trigger warnings. So this is a manga about a group of high school friends, and one of the friends in the group gets a letter from their future self, like 10-15 years in the future, saying that one of the friends is going to commit suicide and she needs to stop them. And so that's what the whole manga is about, like her letters with her future self, and like how she's like, well, this is probably just a prank, and then like the things that her future self says start coming true. So there are 2 volumes of this, I believe. I got the complete collection. I'm very excited. I've heard a lot of great things about it, and while there are some heavier topics, I've heard a lot of people say that it is super wholesome to points, and it is just a really great story of friendship and high school memories. So I thought this one would be a great one to start with, because really the only manga I've read is Death Note, and I wanted to branch out a little bit more. So we got Orange. The next book is Tokyo Ghoul. This is the first volume. I just picked up the first volume because I, again, didn't want to put pressure on myself, but this one sounded so good. And essentially we are following a boy who is a ghoul, which I'm not too familiar and well versed with ghouls, but I'll just read the book. the back of the book. It says, ghouls live among us, the same as normal people in every way except their craving for human flesh. It says, shy Ken Kaneki is thrilled to go on a date with the beautiful Rise, but it turns out that she's only interested in his body, in eating it, that is. Oh, so it's a girl who's a ghoul. Plot twist. When a morally dubious rescue transforms him into the first half-human, half-ghoul hybrid, Ken must survive ghoul turf wars, learn more about ghoul society, and master his new powers. Okay, so it's both of them are ghouls. Gotcha. Also sounded really good. Books with Chloe really likes Tokyo Ghoul. I needed more recommendations. If you guys are really into manga or graphic novels, please leave some good recommendations down below. You guys have seen my shelves. I feel like you might know what I like, but if you have anything kind of like this, I really enjoyed Death Note, let me know. And last but certainly not least, I did pick up Uzumaki by Junji Ito. This is the first horror manga that I will be reading, and I've heard it's a pretty good intro. This book is a pretty good like intro into Junji Ito's writing and like to start off with. So this is also, I think, the easiest of his to get your hands on. I tried going for Tomy first because that one just sounded more my speed, and they were completely sold out of it, like on every avenue too. I think the only place I could have ordered it from was Book Depository, which I love Book Depository, but it's just really not good if you want it in like a speedy amount of time. And I wanted to get started, and I've read like the first little chunk. I think I'm like probably about here, and I'm really liking it so far, so I will keep you guys updated. The vibe it's giving me isn't so much like straight up horror, but just more like eerie, unsettling, spooky vibes. So I will keep you guys updated, but I'm really excited about Uzumaki. So okay, so the next book is Kingdom of the Wicked by Carrie Maniscalco. Not to be confused with Sebastian Maniscalco. I mentioned that in another video too. I thought that they were married, but there's no relation. But if you guys know who Sebastian Maniscalco is, let me know if you like his videos or like his Netflix specials. I think they're hilarious. Kingdom of the Wicked by Carrie Maniscalco is a like demon set kind of fantasy, YA fantasy in Italy, and we are following I'm pretty like far into this book. I think I'm over 100 pages into the book, and I still don't remember her name. Amelia. So Amelia is the daughter of restaurant owning parents, but her twin sister gets killed, and she believes it has to do with the Demon King and his like minions. It has to do with the 7 deadly sins, which I think is really cool. I've never read a Carrie Maniscalco book. I've heard a lot of great things about the Stalking series, like Stalking Jack the Ripper. There's one about Dracula, that whole spiel. But if it's anything like Kingdom of the Wicked, I think I might pick it up because I'm really enjoying her writing style. Obviously this is the Fairy Loot edition, so we've got stunning stenciled edges. There's like artwork on the reverse of the dust jacket. Are you kidding me? Super beautiful. The next book I picked up was A Touch of Ruin by Scarlett St. Clair. This is the second book in the Hades and Persephone retelling from Scarlett St. Clair. I really appreciated this on my scale of Hades and Persephone. So I really enjoy the retelling, the like modernization of Hades and Persephone, and it stemmed from the webtoon comic series about them called Lore Olympus. If you guys haven't seen it, please check it out. It's so good, but I really enjoy it. This was the second book I had read. I read The Goddess Test by Amy Carter. I did not like that at all. It was very different from Lore Olympus, and I wanted just like more of Lore Olympus because we're on season 2 now, but it's just coming out very slowly, so I wanted something done and like over with and like I could read it all. So this is more similar to that. We're actually dealing with like Hades and Persephone instead of like The Goddess Test, where it was like Henry, and Henry was secretly Hades but nobody knew it, that type of deal. So I'm on the second book now. I am 80 pages in. I'll let you know how I'm feeling with it later, but I think that A Touch of Darkness, which was the first book, is definitely going to be my favorite, and that will be in a wrap-up coming soon. So the next book I picked up was Illuminate, which is also by Amy Kaufman and Jay Kristoff, but I think this is their adult book, kind of, maybe. I'm not too sure, but we are following Katie, and the year is 2575, and there are like rivaling countries, war going on, but this book is like so cool. I'll try and insert some clips of it, but it's told from like documents, like that's how the book is like written in files, like pretty much, which is why it's called the Illuminate files. Duh. But I was flipping through the book in the store, and that format alone grasped me in. And again, I was looking for more sci-fi things, and I had already picked up Aurora Rising by Amy Kaufman and Jay Kristoff, so I was like, I think I'll like it. But I'm very excited, and I've heard a lot of great things about the series in and of itself. All right, we're narrowing down to the bottom of my box. But the next book is going to be Get a Life, Chloe Brown by Talia Hibbert. And this is a contemporary romance, which sounds great. And we are following Chloe Brown, and she is a chronically ill computer geek with a goal and a plan and a list. After almost but not quite dying, she's come up with a list of directives to help her get a life. I think she's gonna find it with this guy in the book. So I'm very excited. There are also a couple companion novels that come with this, I believe 2 or 3, following the other sisters, and I've heard great things from a ton of booktubers, and I'm really excited to hopefully read Get a Life, Chloe Brown. The next book that I picked up was The Foxhole Court by Nora Sakovic, and this one sounded not quite like something I've read, but I did just finish The Night Swim, and I've been really into like more stories about true crime and dealing with that type of stuff. But I really like the back synopsis of this one. It says, Neil Jostin is the newest addition to the Palmetto State University EXE team. He's short, he's fast, he's got a ton of potential, and he's the runaway son of the murderous crime lord known as the Butcher. So just that alone sounded really interesting, and essentially we are just following Neil and all of his secrets, and then he finds out that there might be some other people on his team with some secrets. So it just sounds something really good, and there are also a lot of booktubers who talked about this. That's the main thing of this book haul. The underlying theme is like me trying to finally purchase some stuff that have been highly recommended, but not like so fandomized, if you know what I'm saying. But I'm really excited for The Foxhole Court. The next book is Children of Virtue and Vengeance by Tomi Adeyemi. This is the second book in the Children of Blood and Bone series. I think it's actually called the Orisha trilogy. I'm not positive. This is the second book. We are following the events of Children of Blood and Bone. I'm not going to spoil it because it's the second book, but I will have Children of Blood and Bone as well as Children of Virtue and Vengeance linked so you can read the synopsis yourself. The next book is a chunker, and I blame G from Book Roast for this one, but it's The Name of the Wind by Patrick Rothfuss. This is the 10th anniversary edition, so it's like beautiful. It says, experience a tale of unequaled in fantasy literature, the story of a hero told in his own voice. It's a tale of sorrow, a tale of survival, a tale of one man's search for meaning in his universe, and how that search and the indomitable will that drove it gave birth to a legend. This book has been on my radar for a long time. I've been wanting to check it out for a while, and then I saw this 10th anniversary edition for sale. And there's a whole little review by Lin-Manuel Miranda. And that man could say just about anything and I'd buy it because it's Lin-Manuel Miranda, come on. The next book is Red, White, and Royal Blue by Casey McQuiston. I can't quite remember. Oh, Haley and Bookland. Yes, I believe I heard her talk about this book. A lot of booktubers just getting thrown out. I'll have everybody linked down below with the accompanying book that I talked about. But this is a male-male romance, and we are talking about the son of the president. Alex is the president of the United States' son, and he's got some beef with an actual prince. His name is Henry. I don't know. Again, I wanted more romance and contemporary, so when Haley suggested it, I added it to my cart. The next book is going to be Three Dark Crowns by Kendara Blake. This was actually not recommended to me by anybody on BookTube. It was recommended to me by one of my best friends, Abby. Thank you, Abby. She recommended this to me a while ago, and she said that she thought I might like it. And ever since then, I've been like, oh, I'll get it eventually. Today was the day I got it. It says, 3 dark crowns are born in a glen. Sweet little triplets will never be friends. 3 dark sisters, all fair to be seen. 2 to devour and 1 to be queen. So essentially we are following like 3 triplets and they all have to fight to the death to be queen. Isn't that exciting? I liked it, so I bought it. I'll let you guys know. And this is, I believe, a completed series. Like there are multiple books and there are multiple books out. So I definitely like that, and that was something I was looking more for. The next book is To Kill a Kingdom by Alexandra Christo. This is a Little Mermaid retelling, which I wanted more retellings as well. Also, Fairy Loot sent out a mug inspired by To Kill a Kingdom, and I had no idea what the fandom or trope the book was about. The mug in question. It's beautiful, but very obviously Little Mermaid inspired. Anyways, To Kill a Kingdom. This is a Little Mermaid retelling. I've heard a lot about it. It did come injured, but I could just tape it. It says, I have a heart for every year I've been alive. There are 17 hidden in the sand in my bedroom. Every so often, I claw through the shingle just to check they're still there. Buried deep in blight, I count each of them so I can be sure none were stolen in the night. It's not such an odd fear to have. Hearts are power, and if there's one thing my kind craves more than the ocean, it's power. Sounds pretty good if you ask me. So it's about sirens, not mermaids, sirens, but close enough, and I'm really excited. All right, we've come down to the final book. This is one I'm super excited about, and that is going to be The City We Became by N.K. Jemisin. I've heard not that many things about this book, but it was one that when I heard the synopsis, I knew I was absolutely gonna love. I'm gonna read it to you guys because it sounds so good. But it says, in Manhattan, a young grad student gets off the train and realizes he doesn't remember who he is, where he's from, or even his own name. But he can sense the beating heart of the city, see its history, and feel its power. In the Bronx, a Lanap gallery director discovers strange graffiti scattered throughout the city, so beautiful and powerful, it's as if the paint is literally calling to her. In Brooklyn, a politician and mother finds she can hear the songs of her city pulsing to the beat of her Louboutin heels. And they're not the only ones. Every great city has a soul. Some are ancient as myths, and others are as new and destructive as children. New York City, she's got 6. I'm so excited. I really, really enjoy this. This is adult fantasy, I believe, and it's the last book in this haul. Okay guys, so that is going to be it for this Bookish Black Friday haul. Again, not all of this was bought on Black Friday. Actually, the only thing that was bought online on Black Friday, I didn't actually go out, were the pens, the bullet journals, and that's it. All the books were bought in advance. And then the candles were the only thing I went out and purchased. But that is it. So thank you guys for hanging out with me today. I hope you guys enjoyed this haul. Let me know if you guys have heard any things about the books that I'm hauling so I can prioritize my TBR. And also let me guys know if you are excited and looking forward to my 2021 bullet journals. I'm really excited and looking forward to it. Obviously, I don't think I will showcase my life bullet journal that much. Maybe I'll do weekly spreads in a like weekly reading vlog, but for the most part, I think it's going to be sticking to my reading bullet journal, but I'm so excited for what this year has to come. I feel like things can only go up. Not that I want to jinx anything, but I am so excited for 2021. I think it's going to be a really cool year. Just so many things are going to be happening. It will be the 1-year anniversary of my channel, which is so exciting, and yeah, it's just a crazy time. So I hope you all are staying so safe. I hope you all enjoyed this video and are having a great day, and I will see you guys, of course, in my next video. Bye guys.